Hey everybody, Ryan FMTG here. Now, before we talk about the deck, I just want to remind you all that I am on a schedule, so you can expect new videos up on this channel every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And please pet that little corgi in the bottom right corner, that's the sub button, and getting new subs each and every video feels very nice. Now let's talk about what we're actually doing today. Today we are starting a new series inspired by a YouTube comment by Shane, where Shane last week in our Black Red Burn video was like, hey, maybe it'd be a cool idea to do a Teppen deck video series called Meme or Meta. So that's what we're starting today. And basically what I envision this is each and every week, or maybe I don't do it every week, but every so often, picking a deck that looks a little memey or a little jokey, right? Based on this theme, whatever that theme might be. It might be, all Monster Hunter World cards, or all actions, or all units, or something like that. Or just maybe looks tier 2 or 3. And kind of play with it, kind of brew around with it to see if it's just a meme or if you could actually do good in the meta with that deck. So I think this could be a little bit fun because I know a lot of people like brews and I like to brew around too. And now that we have so many new cards and so many new heroes, stuff like that, I feel like we could really utilize that and maybe brew around a little bit more. So let's talk about what we're doing for our first episode of Meme or Meta. So today we're doing a Dante Devil Trigger all action. And this, as you can tell by the name, it's all actions, no units, and I really like this list. I saw this in a Reddit thread that someone watched a video on the Teppen channel about this deck. I have switched it up a little bit, but the core premise is basically we just burn out our opponent. That's the only way to win the game is we just have burn spells, and then we have all these actions to get our memory count very high and to stall the game. So we have 13 pieces of burn, 3 sneak attacks, 1 agent's memory, because of course this is legendary, and agent's memory is great because that memory 7 is usually hard for a lot of decks, but for us, we're playing all action, so memory 7 is obviously mid to late game, but this is a beautiful finisher and really is overpowered for sure in this deck. We're also playing 3 Scar of Humiliation, 3 Headshots, and 3 Barrel Bomb. And, all these are just good, efficient burn spells. Barrel Bomb is kind of the weakest because we usually don't care about killing our opponent's units. And so just doing 3 damage to the enemy hero for 4 MP isn't the best, since we are playing like, Headshot and Scar of Humiliation. One last note I want to say is Headshot being Art Charge 2 and Sneak Attack being Art Charge 1 is awesome because Devil Trigger is only 13 AP, so it's so vital to get these Art Charges because you just restock your Devil Trigger very, very fast. And, just to basically mitigate or fog the opponent's attack for 10 seconds taking no damage is so good. Then we are playing 6 halt spells. We are doing 2 Agony, so basically 5 MP or more, we can halt with this, and then kind of the reverse of Dead Weight, it's 4 MP or less, we can halt, and both are for 5 seconds, so they're pretty equivalent, and it's nice that these are just 1 MP. It's so cheap. Yes, sometimes it's a little awkward because you have a Dead Weight in hand, and maybe they just have 5 MP or more units on the board, but overall, I like this. And then we're rounding it off with 2 Secrets, and I really like this card because it halts anything for 5 seconds as long as you have Memory 4, and Memory 4 is very easy for this deck to achieve, as well as it gives -1 attack just for 1 turn, or 1 attack cycle, but that's very good because that's just saving another life point. Then we're playing a total of 6 cantrips, 3 Foresights because this is just a great cantrip, right, for 1 MP, and then 3 Revelation because this is great. It's 2 MP, it's a cantrip like Foresight. However, if you have Memory 4, and like I said before, Memory 4 is very easy to achieve, you get an action from your graveyard into your EX pocket. So this is draw 2. Also, what makes Revelation so good is if you just start the game burning them, then Revelation gets another burn spell. And that's what's so good of this deck, because this deck can kind of falter of like, oh, I need to just draw burn spells. That's why we're playing 6 cantrips to just try to draw those burn spells. And Revelation is drawing you a card and then hopefully getting a burn spell from the graveyard back to the EX pocket. Then to round this all off, we are playing 3 Splendid Buffet because this works very nice with our cantrips, adding stuff to our EX pocket. So we're dealing more than 2, and also more importantly is we're gaining life. The life gain here is great because basically our Devil Trigger and our halt spells, well, that's just to mitigate damage until we draw enough burn, and then this is just gaining, 2 to 4, sometimes even 5 if they have stuff in their EX pocket, and that's just really good because that in itself is almost a fog. Then we are playing 2 legendaries. We're doing Ceasefire. 2 MP, lock all empty board slots for 10 seconds. I don't love this card because if you draw this mid to late game, maybe all the board spots on your on the opponent's side are full, so this just kind of does nothing. However, early game this is great because this is just like, nope, you can't start playing until a little bit later. So it's not great, but it's still here in the deck. And then we're doing Monstrous Virus because this is just a great way to cheese out 30 more seconds in a game that you would lose and hopefully, draw that last headshot or sneak attack for the win. So overall, that's the deck. I really like this deck a lot. I was playing it on stream over the weekend and I enjoy it because it's a burn deck and I like burn decks, as well as just kind of this like almost Morgan halt feeling deck of just like that big resonate. Obviously we're not playing big resonate style units, but just with all these halt spells and cantrips and stuff. So let's jump into the games and see how good this actually is in the meta. Starting off against Dark Destruction, this is great because we can keep this. I like having Ceasefire, but yeah, Dark Destruction, that literally does nothing against us. Let's just do this. This is kind of a little poor hand because you idealistically don't want to be doing Ceasefires and stuff, but I think we're just going to have to do, Revelation. Because I think we're just going to do Revelation and just cantrip. We would rather have had that Scar of Humiliation before, but whatever, it's not the worst, we're still cantripping. Let's do this. Because now if they do something, we can sneak attack. And I would rather do stuff when they don't have anything on board so they can't pump it up or something like that. And we are at 3, so let's burn them. We could have started with an Agony or something. Let's halt that. Because I don't think we would have enough time to Scar of Humiliation and then Devil Trigger. Then basically I'm just going to Scar here, and then I think we just Devil Trigger. Let's just Devil Trigger, and then we'll cantrip. We'll first use our EX pocket Foresight. This could be a little awkward of just we'll do this first and then gain 3, but then we're taking when Splendid Buffet's in your EX pocket, it feels a little bit bad. Let's do this because I really want to get the stuff out of our EX pocket so that we can Revelation and actually draw something before our graveyard gets too cluttered with stuff. Because I would rather draw, I think we did a sneak attack and headshot. I would rather draw one of those. Or Scar of Humiliation, that's fine. Let's do that, because I really, really want Devil Trigger, so then this just kills itself and we mitigate that damage. We're taking quite a bit of damage, but I'm pretty okay with it because we could just use this stuff. Whoops, that was a little late. Let's do this right here. So the gate kills himself. And then let's do this. Because if they give us action response, then we'll just do Scar. I don't love that, but let's just still use Scar. We aren't playing any counter spells. Some of them do play counters to counter Selfless Predation and stuff, but I basically am just playing more cantrips and halt spells. So you could see that, because like that is a big downside, right? That felt bad, for sure. It's kind of nice that they just have like these just there, right? And it's just like 7. And yet again, we'll just basically like halt this stuff until we can Devil Trigger, so then the gate just kills himself. We'll net some MP here. Let's just do this. That Selfless Predation was very good for them. But we still haven't drawn Agent's Memory, so that will be a 7. That's basically to mitigate, you know, what they did. Let's do this. And yeah, as you see, like, we're already almost, well, I guess not halfway there. I kind of want to just... Let's just halt this. I know that like this just started, so that's not great, but I really want to use all the free action response phase MP to really get closer to our Devil Trigger.
You think you can stand against a god?
Yeah, let's do this. We'll gain 3 here. Yet again, I would rather do that than like Foresight and then do the Splendid Buffet, even though the Splendid Buffet would be more later on. Oh, sure. This is fine. So now we don't gain anything. So let's see, I really think we just go here. So then we can just Devil Trigger right away. The gate might hit us. I don't know if we could do it fast enough. Whew, we did. It's really nice that we have the Monstrous Virus. Oh, this isn't doing anything, is it? Huh, I think we have to Monstrous Virus here. Which is, like, kind of fine. We have, like, lethal in our hand. But we are pretty close. Let's just do this. I guess, that was a little mistake. We could have waited just, like, a split second. Let's do this. There's no reason to do more. Because, like, now they're at 3, so, like, basically we'll just wait till we get 5 MP, and then we'll do 1, because then if they try a Selfless Predation or something like that, we could do the other in the active response phase. Where they would need, like, 2? Oh, I guess 5 doesn't even work. But we were lucky got headshot, right? My math was a little off there, but yeah, we got it. And that just shows you the power of just basically like, we stall out the board, we cantrip, well then we burn, then we cantrip, then we burn. Oh, we halt, and then we Devil Trigger. We just kind of do that dance over and over to stall out the game and just burn to victory. Playing against Rikoha, which is a popular deck for sure. We could keep this. And what's nice is most of the hands we like. So let's just do this. Since we are a 2-color deck, we could only net 5 MP, so you always want to make sure that you're doing stuff. So if they... Because we kind of wanted to start that battle so that we could have action response, right? Because if they did that first, we would only get like 1 free MP, and that's not good. We want that to free MP in the active response phase for sure. We could just like halt this. It's like not that important, but we might as well save 2, and it's only 1 MP. And see, kind of right here is what I'm talking about, where like we technically only have like a free 1 and like a quarter, something like that. Let's just do this. Play that wrong because we needed to wait just a little bit more to have that headshot. I didn't see that sliver there. Hopefully they don't play anything. Worst case scenario is we could just like halt something again. Let's wait to do this. So now we have a headshot. Ooh, that's great. Because I believe everything's been burn. However, just one halt spell. So let's do this. Use the free MP, nothing extra, nothing less, and hopefully we get a burn spell. Oh, we drew a burn spell and got a burn spell from our graveyard. We're winning. I'm okay taking this too. Like, yes, sometimes you just do Devil Triggers just to save a little bit, but I would rather save more. Let's do this, because even if they do something, we can sneak attack. Ceasefire could be okay here because it like stops them from playing something there, but like I think I would rather just care a little bit more about burn, to be honest. Actually, let's do that. We might as well, because if they play like whatever right there, Ceasefire is just going to be like literally a dead cantrip. I kind of want to do, yeah, when they don't have any MP, we should do that, because like if that gets countered or something, that will feel very bad. Let's just do this, because this will save quite a bit of damage, and we already have another Devil Trigger on deck, so we just need a cooldown time, so this seems pretty good. Let's see. Destroy, that's fine. We'll just do this. Kind of stinks that like this isn't doing anything, and we're just shy of doing another sneak attack. So once we hit 3, I want to do a sneak attack. So now if they play something, we can probably just headshot. It's always this fine balance of, do you want to do your EX pocket or do you want to save that stuff in your EX pocket for Splendid Buffet? But I think I'll just do my EX pocket now. Sure. Especially because like we could easily draw like a cantrip or something like that. So they are at 5. We do have lethal in hand. Let's do this. Devil Trigger against Gate is kind of gross. Since Gate doesn't like actually have to deal damage, it's just like triggers when it attacks. Let's do this right away. So if they do something, we can Scar of Humiliation and basically be like, you need a Selfless Predation or a counter spell. That's fine. And they were probably just forced to like cycle something there because they just had no cards in hand. Starting off 2-0. This deck is so much fun. I like it a lot. Against Heart Tank, we can keep this. Let's quickly do this because they don't have any units on board that they can, you know, pump their HP or whatever. Even though like active response is fine for us. So let's start with this, because yet again, I don't want to reach 5 and then have them do something and not get the free MP, but I want to make sure we have enough for like a Scar of Humiliation. Well, obviously you do headshots first over Scar, because headshot's just a strictly better Scar, since you do gain the 2 art charge with headshot. Yeah. I think we just headshot again. Because yet again, I just want to do all burn spells, so this Revelation just draws a card and gives us a burn spell. So now I believe we are at 4. Yeah, we're at 4. We could halt that. Tilt. Oh, that's fine. So we could do this. And now we could just halt it for 1. Ooh, so we drew Barrel Bomb of just from our deck, and then Sneak Attack from our graveyard. That's awesome. We're already at 6, so pretty good. Let's do this, because now if they do something, we can just sneak attack. And this game seems very good. They could have siblings' memories, and that is very bad, because gaining that amount of life without having to, like, sacrifice anything. But not tons of green decks are... it's kind of give or take, depending on your flavor. You know what? I think we just do this. Like, we just save some damage, and I would rather just spend all of our MP on burn to finish off the game right now. Let's do that. Because yet again, like, keeping our EX pocket with these two means that we'll gain 4, but we've actually only taken 2 damage, so like that doesn't mean anything to us right now. But now it's pretty good. It doesn't particularly matter what we deal damage to. We'll do this. Oh, I thought everything was a little bit closer. We could have waited just a hair, but is what it is. Let's do this again. So now we are literally back to 30. Now it doesn't matter where we use our stuff, more or less. Ooh, that's really good. But we have Halt for that. Especially like a 1 MP Halt spell is so good. I really hope that they do something, because I really want to start... Let's just do the biggest one. So as soon as we get 3 MP, I want to do Scar. Then that would be awesome if they do something so we can sneak attack and have Devil Trigger on deck. Ooh, Oni. Or not Oni. This is good. We could do that. We could have waited just a little bit, but should be fine. They're at 2, so anything is lethal, and we still have like Monstrous Virus for like backup, right? Yet again, I kind of want to wait till we get 5, just so if they have siblings' memories, we can then just Scarf Humiliation them. I'm smelling a win here. Yeah. 3-0. And yeah, this is what the deck does. Just stall out the game and burn to victory. Okay, Ryu Hadoka, we could keep this. Yet again, a lot of the value engine of Ryu just kind of doesn't particularly matter. Because, yeah, that penguin, like, yes, it will deal less damage, but shields don't matter. Dealing 6 across the board doesn't matter. Yet again, I like to do the burn first just to get things going. They're not doing anything in active response, and that is the one thing. If like your opponent is kind of catchy what you're doing, and it's like, well, I'm not going to give them any free AP, it can be hard, for sure, right? Especially when they're actually getting a board. Like, this is 5 damage, this is a lot. But that's why we're doing these foresights first, so then we can Splendid Buffet, gain 4 life. Let's do this. Gain 4. Because then, like, Barrel Bomb will, like, kill that. Actually, I don't know. You know what? I don't even know if we want to kill that, because it's just 2 power. Yeah, I'm not sure if we actually wanted to kill that, because it's just 2 power, where now, like, they can do, like, a big beater or something like that, and that will be worse. That could have been a mistake that could really cost us later on. Would love some more halt spells or them doing stuff. Because as is, this is not feeling particularly stellar.
Prove to me what you're made of.
Like, let's just do this. Because, yeah, this is kind of like, we're doing a lot of stuff, but they just had this board and that we kind of can't deal with it. And then them gaining 9, that's pretty bad for us. Yikes. That's real good. I don't think we're winning this one. Yeah, because they're at 20, we're at 6. And, like, our first 3 games looked so good, but sometimes when this deck loses, it's just like, wait, is this deck just terrible, right? Because it just, like, it feels like we're doing nothing. Like, we burned them so much, but they gain 9. And it's like, oh, in the end, that literally didn't matter. Even with Monstrous Virus, I don't think we're doing much here. Yeah, because we literally have to Monstrous Virus here. Oh, I guess we... that was also a misplay. We could have halted the Evil Ryu, just so then we could Monstrous Virus later. But... because then it could have saved us a little bit more. Because, like, the only way we really win this is if this Revelation gets back Agent's Memory. It did not. I don't think... if it wasn't for that 9 health that they got, this would be very close. Yeah, because we're just kind of going through the motions here, but we only have, like, what, 8 seconds, something like that? Or not even. Yeah, we just kind of floundered. And yeah, if the opponent can, even with, like, a 3 attack and 2 attack, they could just keep on doing damage. Unfortunate. Hopefully we could win this one to go 4-1 overall. We could keep this. Playing against Rikoha, obviously. And let's... tilt. I wanted to Scar here, because kind of what I just said, we only have a little bit less than 1 free MP, and that feels really bad. Where if we did that, then we could have actually gotten the 2 free MP, and that would have been great. Let's do this. Let's bait with a 1, because if they want to do something to use the free, we can then just, like, use that. Right, rather than doing the 3 MP one right away. Let's just do the same trick. Okay, so we do have Splendid Buffet, so I do kind of want to leave the Barrel Bomb and whatever else we draw there, the Sneak Attack, kind of in the graveyard. So let's try to get 4. So now if they do something, we can Scar. Well, I guess we drew Sneak Attack anyways. I think I would rather Scar here. I think I would rather Scar here, because sometimes, like, you don't necessarily want to give Rikoha that much free AP, and just, you know, that was basically a 1 MP Scarf Humiliation, so that's pretty good. Let's just do this, because if they do something, then we'll Sneak Attack. I'm kind of waiting to use our Devil Trigger once they do this, but, like, if they do it last second, we won't have time to respawn. Oh, we might have wanted to gain 4 there. Let's just do this now, because we already almost have another Devil Trigger in our pocket. Yeah, that was unfortunate. But that's fine, we'll still gain 4. I want to kill that zombie because it's 3 power compared to just like 2 power. I was like, oh, let's halt that. Then it's like, let's halt that. Then we were at 5, so let's just scar. We can always halt this now. I want to use everything. Let's just do this. Maybe now let's try get our EX pocket empty so then we can actually Revelation. This is fine. Let's just do this because this will save some life. Then we could get our EX pocket empty, hopefully then Revelation and be getting more sneak attack scars, that type of stuff. So now if they do something, we Revelation, that feels great. Our memory is already at 11. It's kind of bonkers, not gonna lie. Do we just want to do... Let's do this because this will actually kill that zombie. So yes, it's expensive, but they're going down to 3 and this will kill the zombie, so that feels real good. This is fine. For a second I got scared, but then I was like, oh, we have Splendid Buffet, so we can negate that. That feels awesome. Because, like, Selfless Predation is a house against this deck for sure, right? Gaining 7 is real good. I think we just want to... Let's just quickly do this, and then wait till we can Barrel Bomb. Hopefully that's lethal. I was hoping that we would draw like a Scar, because if they have another Selfless Predation or a counter or something, then we could just Scar for the win. They're playing good cards too. Let's do this, because now we get 2 draws. Our EX or our graveyard does have a lot of stuff that we don't necessarily want to draw, but here's a sneak attack, so that's great. Let's just sneak attack. Let's say, like, hey, do you have another counter? Or another Selfless Predation? And... oh, no. I got too ahead of myself. They were at 3. I still think that's fine. Let's halt that. I don't think we should have necessarily played that right there as we did, but it's fine. They're at 1. I want to get this out of my EX pocket so much. Let's just cantrip. Ooh, that's nice. There we go. So now let's do this. Yet again, if they have a counter spell, okay, that's pretty bad for us. I think now let's just try to... Actually, no, let's just go for winnings here. Man, these agonies are not feeling particularly great. Sure. Let's do this. We only have 3 cards left in our deck. Oh man, I really wanted to do that. Let's do this. 2 cards. Do we have any more burn spells? And what stinks is I really want to get this off the board, so hopefully they play something that Agony can get, because we really need to get stuff. I think we just bait them into playing something there. Because we really need to get stuff from our graveyard. Please let me do it, sir. Oh, I forgot we have Agent's Memory, but we just go for it. No counter, no Selfless Predation, please. Hold. They haven't snapped anything off. 0 cards in deck, no problem. Overall, we went 4-1, and that's a pretty good win rate. And like I said before, I played this on stream to kind of tweak around this list, and on stream I was doing pretty good with it. Overall, I like this list a lot. I find it fun. Yes, I think this is very salt-inducing type of deck because it is a burn deck and then also a halt spell and just kind of somewhat dirtily. Because even our wins, even some of the wins that's like, yeah, we're winning this for sure, we just kind of have to dirtle around, use our foresights and revelations to then like finally draw our burn because we don't play tons of burn. We play enough to win the game, right? We don't need much more. Even though it might be dirtily, the big question of this video, right, is this a meme deck or a meta deck? I think this is a meta deck for sure. Like, yes, maybe it's because I really, really like it, so maybe that's some personal bias, but also with this win percentage, yes, it is kind of memey of like, oh, this all action with these burns and halt spells, and like when I first saw it, I was like, this doesn't look that good, but once you play it, it's like, wait, I'm playing against very good meta decks and I'm winning? Or even when I'm losing, sometimes when this deck does lose, it does flounder, especially against that like Ryu opponent where it just looked like we were doing nothing. But overall, I think this is a meta deck. Do I think it is the best deck or best couple decks? I'm not quite sure. I don't think so. But I really think it's up there for contention in this meta. So I will deem this a meta deck, and I will keep playing it. Yes, I know it's salt-inducing, so don't hate me too much for playing this deck. But thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.